Your brain has a cleaning crew, and it only works at night. It's called the glymphatic system, a discovery so important it was named one of the top 10 scientific breakthroughs by the journal Science back in 2013. Here's how it works. During deep sleep, the space between your brain cells actually expands by up to 60%. That's right, your brain physically opens up while you sleep, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to rush through those widened channels and flush out toxic proteins that build up during the day, including beta amyloid, the same protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Think of it like this. Imagine a busy restaurant kitchen at the end of a dinner service. Pots everywhere, spills on the counter, grease on the floor. If nobody cleans overnight, the kitchen is a mess the next morning, and every shift after that gets worse. Your brain runs the same kind of rinse cycle every night. While you sleep, it quite literally washes itself. Now here's the problem. As we age, this cleaning system slows down. The rinse cycle gets less efficient. The channels don't open as wide. The fluid doesn't flow as freely. And those toxic proteins, the ones linked to memory loss and cognitive decline, begin to accumulate, night after night, year after year. This is not some abstract concern. A 2019 study in the journal Nature found that glymphatic function declines by up to 50% in older adults compared to young adults. 50%. That's not a gradual slope, that's a cliff. But here's what most people don't realize, and this is the reason I'm making this video. You can support this cleaning system every single night with 3 specific foods, eaten at the right time, backed by peer-reviewed research. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what those foods are, when to eat them, and why they work together as a system. Let's start with food number 1, wild blueberries. Now I want you to picture the difference. The large, cultivated blueberries you find in most grocery stores, those are one thing. But wild blueberries, they're smaller, darker, almost purple-black when you bite into them. And when it comes to your brain, they are in a completely different league. Researchers at the University of Cincinnati conducted a landmark study in 2010. They took a group of older adults, average age 76, all showing early signs of memory decline. One group consumed wild blueberry juice every single day for 12 weeks. The other group received a placebo drink. Same color, same taste, no blueberries. The results were not subtle. The blueberry group showed significant improvements in word recall, word recognition, and overall learning ability. We're talking measurable cognitive gains in less than 3 months. Then came the 2016 follow-up. Same research team. This time they used functional MRI scans to actually watch what was happening inside the brain. The participants who consumed wild blueberry powder showed significantly increased activity in the hippocampus. That's the part of your brain responsible for memory formation and spatial navigation. It was literally lighting up on the brain scans. So why do wild blueberries work so powerfully? It comes down to 2 compounds, anthocyanins and flavonoids. These are plant pigments, the same compounds that give the berries their deep blue-purple color. Here's what makes them remarkable. They cross the blood-brain barrier, a protective filter that keeps most substances out of your brain. Anthocyanins get through, and they concentrate directly in the hippocampus. Once there, they do 3 things. They reduce neuroinflammation, they improve synaptic communication between neurons, and they help clear those toxic proteins I mentioned earlier. They're basically supporting the cleaning crew. Here's your practical takeaway. A handful of wild blueberries, or a tablespoon of wild blueberry powder stirred into yogurt, oatmeal, or simply water about an hour before bed. That's it. The anthocyanins get to work while you sleep. Food number 2, pumpkin seeds. I know what you might be thinking. Pumpkin seeds? For brain health? They don't make the headlines like blueberries do, but they deliver 3 critical nutrients your brain absolutely needs for overnight repair. Let me walk you through each one. First, magnesium. Here's a number that should get your attention. More than half of older adults don't get enough magnesium from their diet. Yet magnesium is essential for a process called memory consolidation. That's the biological mechanism that converts short-term memories into long-term storage. And here's the key. This process happens primarily during deep sleep. A 2016 review published in the journal Nutrients examined decades of research on magnesium and cognitive aging. The conclusion was straightforward. Magnesium deficiency is consistently linked to faster cognitive decline. An adequate magnesium intake is associated with measurably better memory performance, particularly in tasks involving spatial memory and recall. Second, zinc. Your hippocampus contains one of the highest concentrations of zinc in your entire body. Zinc regulates how neurons communicate with each other. When zinc levels drop, that neural signaling gets noisy, fuzzy. Think of it like a radio station that's slightly off frequency. The music is still there, somewhere, but you can't hear it clearly. Third, tryptophan. Yes, the same amino acid famously associated with Thanksgiving turkey. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin, and serotonin converts to melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. So let me connect the dots. With one small handful of pumpkin seeds, you're giving your brain magnesium for memory consolidation, zinc for clear, sharp neural signaling, and tryptophan to help you fall into the deep, restorative sleep where all of this repair actually happens. That's not 3 separate supplements, that's one food, a quarter cup, unsalted, an hour before bed. Food number 3, chamomile tea. Now this one might sound like it's just about sleep, and it is about sleep, but it's about something much more specific than that. Chamomile contains a flavonoid called apigenin. Apigenin binds to specific receptors in your brain, called GABA receptors, that reduce anxiety and quiet racing thoughts. When those GABA receptors are activated, your brain shifts out of its stressed, sympathetic state and into the calm, parasympathetic state, where the glymphatic system operates most efficiently. But here's what separates chamomile from every other sleep tea on the shelf. A randomized controlled trial published in 2015 in the Journal of Advanced Nursing followed older adults with chronic sleep difficulties. One group drank chamomile extract twice daily for 4 weeks. The other group received standard sleep hygiene advice alone: dark room, consistent bedtime, no screens. After those 4 weeks, the chamomile group fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and reported waking up fewer times during the night. But the finding that really matters for brain health was not about sleep duration, it was about sleep architecture. The chamomile group spent significantly more time in deep, slow-wave sleep, the specific sleep stage where the glymphatic system is most active. That's the connection most people miss. Chamomile doesn't just help you sleep, it helps you sleep deeply enough for the brain repair to actually happen. There's a difference, and it matters. 1 cup, unsweetened, about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Let the apigenin begin to work before your head hits the pillow. Now let me put these 3 foods together into a simple nightly routine. About an hour before bed, a small handful of wild blueberries or 1 tablespoon of wild blueberry powder, and a quarter cup of unsalted pumpkin seeds. Then, about 30 minutes before bed, a warm cup of chamomile tea. That's it. This is not complicated, it's not expensive, and it doesn't require you to overhaul your entire evening routine. It's 3 simple foods, at a specific time, for a specific purpose. You're giving your glymphatic system exactly what it needs, right when it needs it. The anthocyanins from the blueberries cross into your brain and begin reducing inflammation. The magnesium, zinc, and tryptophan from the pumpkin seeds support memory consolidation and clear neural signaling. And the apigenin in the chamomile tea quiets your mind, deepens your sleep, so the cleanup crew can do its best work. Night after night after night. That's how this works. Not a one-time fix. A nightly investment. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Brain health isn't just about preventing decline. It's about waking up tomorrow a little sharper than you were yesterday. Remembering the name of the person you just met. Finding the word that was on the tip of your tongue. Navigating your day with clarity and confidence instead of that foggy, searching feeling. Those small daily signals of cognitive sharpness, that's what independence actually feels like from the inside, and they are worth protecting. Every single night. If this video helped you, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps this channel reach more people who need this information, and there are a lot of people who need it. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 3 foods do you already eat? Drop your answer below. I read them. Eat well, sleep deeply, and take care of yourself tonight.